Been a long time since we heard that sound.
Yes, it is.
That's a throwback.
And a
Yes,
half.
sir.
Oh,
All right, let's get right into it. Welcome, listeners. It's been almost a year since you heard our voices. I'm sorry we couldn't make it a little longer. I'm sure you wanted to go a little bit longer without having to hear any of us, but suck it, we're back, and we've got a couple reviews for you to listen to. And with me today here is Air. Air, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I got a lot of complaints, but I'm not going to make them here today. How about you, Spidey?
I'm solid. I'm solid. Everything's good except Air's bitch ass opinions, but we'll get it. We'll get to that right
Yeah, we're going to
we'll
get
get
into
that.
that.
Don't worry.
There has been quite a little bit of discussion, let's say, in our own Discord server, but that's why we're here to air out the dirty laundry, as it were. So let's
now. Oh my
start out
god.
with. You can't expect me to not say it that way.
Oh my god. You know what? It's fine. Go ahead.
I will. And starting off, we're going to be reviewing 3 movies today. We're going to be reviewing The Thunderbolts. We're going to be reviewing the most recent big blockbuster, Mission Impossible. And we're going to be reviewing, for some reason, Lilo and Stitch, because Spidey is a Disney kid.
I thought you were gonna say that was the big blockbuster.
It was a big blockbuster. It made
I
more
have no
than
idea.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because of Spidey and the rest of his Disney pals. Anyway,
Motherfucker.
Disney don't.
I don't know.
Bitch, how much money
Regardless.
do you think I make? I paid $5 for my ticket on IMAX.
Oh, that's true. You are a cheap bastard. I forgot about that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I guess we'll just start off with the one that is the least fresh in our minds because it's been so long. Because some people were, just off wanking or something.
Air.
The Thunderbolts.
Captain America,
All right.
Brave New World.
Oh, suck it, Air. You can talk about brave new dumbasses later. Starting off with the Thunderbolts.
That sounds like a microaggression.
Calling someone a dumbass
True,
is
they're
a
all
microaggression.
You know,
Alright,
you can't be mean to criminals, bro.
It's true.
I'm not sure that's true.
Yeah, felons are loved nowadays, don't you know? Look at America.
Well, that's true. You guys seem to be electing them presidents and letting them out of jail early. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, before this gets even more political, let's get into the political thriller movies that Marvel has been putting out lately. Obviously,
Crazy how they got a president
ago,
who's like basically impeached too.
Oh my god, holy shit. Well, no, he resigned and then he got sent to jail. You know, after he turned into the Red Hulk.
Yeah, it was like a weird thing because, we got a colored president, so to speak.
He turned red instead of orange. What's the difference?
Yeah. I mean, a couple of shades, but, it's close enough on the color spectrum. Anyways, that happens. And now we've got all this cleanup going on in the Thunderbolts, which is literally how the movie starts, actually. Yelena cleaning up some stuff in Malaysia. And then you've got the little cleanup fire brigade in the underground bunker where various characters nobody would have ever heard of if they hadn't seen various TV shows or watched them less popular Marvel movies would have ever known about.
I heard of all of them. I was definitely waiting for the sequel to Black Widow and
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp and Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have no doubt that's all true.
And you know what? Funny enough, I don't think you needed to know all those movies and shows.
No, I don't think you needed to, because to me, it's like the movie actually does like a reasonably good job of explaining who most of the characters are, with probably the exception of Ghost. But I'm mostly just
no, they don't really tell you
no one really
Taskmaster
talk
is
about
either.
it.
No, they don't give you Taskmaster.
You don't really have to.
Because all you need to know, they get a bullet to the head and they're dead.
That's exactly
Dude, that's crazy how everyone kept saying it during the trailers, and I believed it, but just how unceremonious it was is crazy.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that either, because I don't care too much about Taskmaster, and that many characters would have probably already just diluted the movie more, because I just said Ghost didn't really seem to have a lot of focus. If we had Taskmaster 2, I feel like she would have gotten less focus and probably taken a little bit away from somebody else like Walker or Bucky or whomever.
Apparently, before some rewrites, she used to have a bigger role where she and Ghost had like a friendship going on, like helped each other with their pasts. But I'm like, wait, was Ghost's past even that bad? Like in terms of being a criminal, she just kind of like destroyed.
She was on the run a lot. That was the main thing.
She was on the run
medical experimentation kind of thing, and then did they? And it's been a while since I saw the movie. Did they ever mention what happened to Bill Foster?
Didn't he die? I'm not sure.
Well, because he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but obviously, like, they left at the end of the movie. But as far as I know, we have not heard about him since, and it seems unlikely that they would have gone their separate ways, especially considering what they were going through in that original movie. I like to think maybe he's off on some other thing, working on other matters. But
an entire blip happened since we last saw him.
But like the blip fixed, so he would be back. But that's the point. Like, where is he? Is he in some other country working some other thing? Does he work for Val too? Because that'd be interesting.
I think Marvel doesn't have the budget for him again.
I think
that's Marvel most probably true, considering that it's Lawrence Fishburne. And he's like fairly popular, but it still feels like this is something that could have just been addressed in a quick line of some sort.
And apparently, in the comics, he turns into Black Goliath. He would have been perfect for Brave New World.
Who's Black Goliath?
Lawrence Fishburne's character. He turns into.
I think his name is just Goliath. I don't think it's Black Goliath.
I'm looking at the comic right now, my boy. It literally says Black Goliath.
Is it actually?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you on the chat. There you go. Black Goliath.
Okay, yeah, he's Black Goliath, Giant Man, and Goliath. He's got all three names. Probably got a couple others that I'm not familiar with. Rockwell Dodsworth? What the fuck? I don't know. Regardless, yeah, fair enough. But in the movie, he was just called Goliath.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, when they got to that scene, I was like, wait, they're spending a lot of time in this building. Is the entire movie just going to take place in this building?
It would have been cool, though. It would have been cool if they'd spend it all in that fucking little bunker. You know, like
it was definitely a different vibe than I was expecting. I thought that was going to be like a 5-10 minute scene. Turned out to be like at least like 30-40 minutes.
Are you talking about like Tower of Death, like style of movie? That
like the
would
Raid.
Be... I'm thinking about the Bruce Lee movie, but
same thing.
Okay.
Basically, you each level is a different enemy, blah blah blah.
Of some sort, yeah. But then it's like you have to have kind of a protagonist for that, and the protagonist obviously has to win, which it didn't seem plausible that Yelena would be the character who wins that much.
I knew Sentry and Void was gonna be in the movie, but I wasn't sure how they were going to. Yeah, I just like completely forgot that because the trailers were extremely forgettable for me. I did not really care. They didn't do a good job at hyping me up, but I didn't realize they were gonna have them meet him as Sentry beforehand because that's like, I was like, man,
as his civilian form.
Yeah, civilian.
As Bob.
Yeah, they made him really like stupid and kind of like the MCU way. But like, I think that actually does work the more I read about his lore, because before I'd only known about him and like appearance and like his powers and like how he looks and like.
They did change a lot from the comics, but it probably was for the better because you also know there's like some comic stuff that they actually had to change for the movie because it's very similar to what happened in No Way Home. But I understand that. And as far as the character's personality goes, it mostly seems to fit. Obviously, he doesn't have agoraphobia in this version, but honestly, I don't really like the idea of how they would show agoraphobia in the movies because, like, you technically can't, like, because it's large open sets. Generally speaking, the only time he overcomes agoraphobia is like, spoiler for comics, like it's those big ass kind of threats like World War Hulk and the King in Black storyline.
I do think that they like in a lot of the comics and specifically the game I was playing, when they made him Void, they gave him like a red tint, which I really liked, and then the movie did just the pure dark shadow kind, and I thought that was white. Cool. Yeah, I thought that was cool until before the movie, one of my friends went, "Yo, Void is just Mob Psycho 100," and I was like, "Fuck." During the movie, that comment just popped into my head, and I'm like, shit, it literally just is. He got angry, he has psychic powers that just destroy everything, and then he turned dark.
I've never seen Mob Psycho, so I'll just take your word on that.
I tend to forget.
Very similar vibes. It's not the same story, but it's Uncanny.
So it's anime. So it's anime live action. I love it.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what it is. It's by the same who did One Punch Man, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wait, we didn't talk about that scene in the beginning of the movie where Yelena just fucking channels her inner Tom Cruise,
It
megastar, and just dives off that fucking building.
didn't
I
strike
thought,
me as like the most essential thing. It was in the trailers,
I
so
forgot it. It sounded cool. It looked cool at first, but I just completely forgot it. She's not Tom Cruise.
she is now Tom Cruise. This is true.
Let's see. Oh yeah,
What
just
about?
the desert scene. I also did not expect that was just them running away from the entire like that death building. Honestly, like that entire segment was a longer part of the movie than I expected, but it does make sense in hindsight. That they spent half the movie literally just trying to survive.
Well, yeah. Well,
thematically that works. Yeah.
we're jumping ahead a little bit, but I want to go back to
Mm-hmm.
the bunker scene where they're all fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and like Ghost is just going for motherfucking Taskmaster,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody's fighting each. It's a giant ass fight, but they're all focused on their specific person. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the choreography for all that was sick. Like when she throws a Yelena throws a dagger or whatever the fuck, and then Ghost catches it and throws it at Walker, and like all that crazy shit going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
Yeah, that was a
damn,
pretty sick sequence. That's something
I
that you got to rewatch when it's out.
exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is so good. And it's like Marvel
Yeah,
could do
it's
this.
interesting that like the main conflict in this movie is not physical, but the fight scenes were actually all like quite well done. And I'll get more into
Mm-hmm.
this when we compare it to Brave New World. But I feel like just generally the production felt a lot smoother in this movie. It's not evident that there were a lot of reshoots and retakes here like there were in Brave New World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I went in pretty sure that like Fantina was going to be the villain, but
He was
like,
the villain.
well, actually no, Sentry and Void was going to be the villain, and then her too. But like, I wasn't sure how they were exactly going to connect it, and it was interesting the way it went together. And the oh yeah, it's, since we're while they were all trapped, all the stuff that Bucky was doing, being a
Oh
senator
yeah,
and all that,
he was trying to be. Oh, no, congressman.
congressman, yeah.
He was trying to like. He was listening to the impeachment hearings for Valentina, and then he's
Mm-hmm.
trying to like persuade the assistant of Valentina, and it's like
Apparently, she's
I
like a Marvel superhero too, or like a villain at first.
Yeah, it's another like one of those like things where the actor they cast doesn't look anything like the character, but the hero is known as Songbird, and she does have the
Mm-hmm.
necklace. So I believe it has been confirmed that in a future movie or maybe even TV show, she will become Songbird. She is very hot though.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it was so funny hearing that character talk about Endgame, or no, about the original Avengers being like, "Yeah, I was a kid when that happened," and Bucky's like, "Damn, that hurts."
no, dude, it was like
Yeah, that's
you're
crazy.
fucking old, Spidey. Spidey, you're fucking old. I was like, holy shit, I was a fucking kid at that age. Holy shit.
No, that's crazy though. That actress is actually like our age, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what the intention was, but yeah, if I remember correctly, she's like 29, 20, or 30 something,
Well, I think in the movie they tried to make her like in her
like early 20s
yeah
maybe, like fresh out of
yeah
college,
yeah
maybe.
because she mentioned it. Oh yeah, I was a kid. But I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Fucking
true.
I think the Thunderbolt
Yo,
still
is there
takes place
beeping
in
in somebody's
2026.
background?
Oh yeah, I was hearing that.
I was hearing it too, but I was hearing it through your.
Oh, it's yours,
Let me-
sorry.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
It seems to be Spidey, and I don't hear it now.
Well, yeah, because he's not talking.
Oh, interesting. I guess it's his mic. No, I actually thought maybe his like phone's going off in the background, but
I think it was
regardless,
like a whistling.
no, it sounded like a beep of some sort, like or like maybe
Mm.
like a microwave alarm. Regardless,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we'll see about
Mm-hmm.
that character as well,
Mm-hmm.
Songbird.
Yeah, it's my
Uh,
headset.
oh, okay. Is there any other aspect we want to talk about? Do we want to just jump to the fight scene with Sentry?
Um, I think that. Oh yeah, no, the scene in the desert with what's
Red
his
Guardian.
face, Red Guard. Actually, everything about Red Guardian was just kind of hilarious.
He
He
was
was a
pretty
vibe.
funny.
It's like this is not the type of guy I expect to like ever be in any of these types of movies because he's just such an oddball and just like is not a hero. But that was the point of this movie.
But it was funny.
And he wants to be the leader so bad. He wants to be Captain America so bad, which is a funny contrast from the other guy, Bradley, whatever his name was, from Brave New World, who's like, I don't want to be Captain America. I just want to live. And they're both just failures, just like Bucky.
I mean, at least Bucky has some success.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how this is where Bucky ends up. You save the universe, you do everything, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna
pretty much just babysit.
Put on a suit and yeah."
All right, I think I fixed it. Okay, in your headset.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Nice. Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Awesome.
Okay.
One thing we could talk about is
scene with the chase and Bucky's rescue was great. What do you want to talk about, Spidey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Terminator homage, right? With the motorcycle, the fucking sick ass move. Yeah, so it was pretty nice. And then when he captures them and they try to tell him, "Look, bro, it's this guy named Bob. Shit's happening," and he's like, "No." And then he gets a phone call, "Yo, this guy named Bob," and it's like, "Oh, they were telling the truth." And he, just like Eric said, just Red Guardian's entire fixation when trying to be better than Captain America or trying to be Captain America, right? Oh, I want to be in a Wheaties box, and he's always trying to be so protective of Yelena, even though she's technically not his biological daughter and all that. That was pretty cool.
That scene where he had them tied up, the framing and all reminded me a lot of the scene from it was like Winter Soldier, I think, where Cap and Falcon had like Bucky with his arm in like a thing, and they were like looking.
Oh no, that was Civil War. It was the post-credit scene of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And that they're trying to like settle things, whereas here, Bucky's just like straight up arresting him. But it's cool now that he's not the one in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Once.
We didn't talk about the random scene where he has his fucking metal hand in the dishwasher.
Dude, that scene was in the trailer.
I mean,
that shit threw me off though. I only saw the first trailer and it wasn't in the first trailer. I don't think. It just.
How else would you watch it though? If you really think about it.
With a fucking shower, you fucking degenerate.
I don't know that is a good idea.
It does the same thing.
I mean, it's metal. I don't think he would use his. He would have to bring like a dish.
It's actually vibranium, not metal.
Vibranium is a type of metal, you dumb fuck. All right.
Being specific, loser.
It doesn't matter. It still needs fucking dish soap, not a body lotion, which is what you would have in the shower, unless you bring dish soap into the shower. Which, actually, knowing you, I could believe.
Damn, that sounds like a super microaggression. Because I'm Hispanic.
Listen, bro, soap is soap. All I see is soap.
You're Indian. I'm surprised you use it.
Damn! Oh shit! So macroaggression?
Yeah, that's just straight up aggressive right there. But I'm Indian too, so I get a pass as far as I'm concerned to say that.
Oh, your Candace Owens got it.
I don't know who that is, but all right.
Yeah, me neither.
She's the black person who hates black people.
AKA
Kuro, AKA King.
I don't know who Kuro is. All right.
Yo, Kuro's Indian, bro.
Okay.
Anyway, back to
somebody implying that we're both Indian, so I have to know every other Indian, because that might be a microaggression.
Yeah, you're right. My apologies.
It's all good. Anyways, yeah, no, like we jump to the fight scene because really that's like the best part, in my opinion.
It was 3 super soldiers, an assassin, and a ghost fighting the equivalent of a god.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, during that entire scene, just what was going through my head, I was like, wow, it's been so long since we've seen evil Superman that it almost feels new again.
Has it been that long?
When did we see?
Like 2 years ago, there was this 1 year span where I saw like 3 evil Supermans. There was the Boys going at the same time as the Invincible, and then at the same time Superman and Lois has evil Superman arc as well, and that was all just within the span of months.
Damn.
Okay. Because there's also, I was thinking a couple years earlier, there was that movie James Gunn made called Brightburn, which is basically the
Yep.
same concept. And I think the Injustice had an animated movie at some point in the last couple of years.
Oh,
And
Yep.
what's it called? There was like the Zack Snyder Justice League where he filmed like some evil Superman scenes. So yeah, there's a lot of this shit, but I don't know what the most recent one is.
Probably the
Well,
boys.
it's Thunderbolts now.
Now it is,
True.
yeah. But it was a good fight scene. It goes back to like what I was saying earlier. Like, in spite of the fact that action is not like the theme of the movie, this isn't like a pure slug it out film. All the scenes were like done really well. Like this scene, the scene in the bunker, the motorcycle scene with Bucky and the rest of them in the limo. I thought like everything was like handled really well. It's just like kind of like the Matrix fight scenes where like every character is doing something, but the pacing just like makes it work. Like you can see there's like some CGI green screening here and there, but it doesn't look awkward at all. Like it fits really well.
It also just shows how like crazy weak and pointless our Thunderbolts are.
Against like a legit threat, most definitely. And I would like to circle back around to talk about Sentry's powers and generally his power scaling. But Spidey, do you have anything you want to say about the fights?
I just funny when he came out and they basically called them a Walmart version of. Oh no! When Valentina introduces him to Sentry, she basically calls Walker the Walmart Captain America, which Walker's like ready to kill her, and they're like, "No, don't do it, don't go stupid." And yeah, just the fight was cool, but it's like he's holding back. He could have killed you like
I
easily.
enjoyed Walker more than I expected this movie. Also, apparently, original scripts had him to be like the villain or like the guy who triggers Void.
That's what I heard too.
Well, he kind of does trigger Void in this one, where he keeps calling him Bob.
Oh, no, he's not. It's not about the Bob thing. It's more just like he's very dismissive of the guy. Just does not want to have him around, basically.
And he doesn't want
Kinda
someone who's
rude.
not his friend to call him Bob.
Bob. Sure, Bob.
Just like
Okay,
the constant
Bob.
use of the term or the name.
Yeah, it's like he says it in a very dismissive, like "fuck you" type of way. And it's kind of interesting too, going back to Sentry, how even early in the movie we see his powers kind of working right when he touches Yelena, when he like Walker pisses him off by calling him Bob, and he almost falls to his death. And then we get that reveal when after Fontaine introduces Sentry, she's like, "Oh shit, my boy's gonna try to kill me!" Boom, kill switch, and then boom, Void is brought.
Yeah, that I did not expect the kill switch scene with what's her face, Songbird. I thought that Fontina was just actually going to die there. That would have been insane.
That would have been interesting, but at the same time, the way the Songbird or Mel is the character's name here, she hasn't officially been Songbird yet. But yeah. I thought that will give her a little something to do. And I mean, it's heroic in its own type of way, and it makes sense if you want to establish her as a superhero later down the line.
Yeah, one of those interesting little side characters who does kind of step out of the role little bit more than you'd expect, kind of like the Coulson, I'd say.
A little bit, yeah. I'd kind of like to see her in something else.
Yeah.
Did you say Nick Coulson?
No, like
kind
Coulson.
of like the Coulson.
Okay, just clarifying. I thought you said Nick Coulson. Can't really hear you right now. I was about to smack the shit out of you.
No, I think Aaron knows a little bit better than that.
I've watched all 7 seasons.
Damn, dude, I'm not gonna watch any of those seasons.
Dude, it's such a good show, though.
It's not. He's lying to you. Just stop it.
Dude,
I'd rather watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again than Thunderbolts again.
Your funeral.
No. And then jumping back to Valentina introducing Sentry, and the team basically mocking his costume. He beats the shit out of them. They run away.
I thought the costume looked pretty good, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it was comic accurate.
Yeah,
So
and
I
they made him
liked
like
it.
a foot taller.
Yeah. I also found it funny his conversation with Valentina after Valentina essentially says he's a god. She's like, "Why does a god need to listen to you?"
Hmm.
And then he's ready
Which
to
is
kill her.
perfectly
Said all
logical if you
those
think
words
about
and
it.
expected it to not backfire on her.
Hmm.
Uh, Arrogance, dog. Arrogance.
It's like the
Arrogance.
Icarus that flew too close to the sun.
Yeah. And then
Whatever is the character we
when
know.
Oh yeah, and we finally know who bought the Stark building now.
Yeah, after like almost 10 years.
It wasn't Oscorp, it was Oxcorp.
Although, like, and by all means, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it confirmed somewhere else before this movie that it was the government?
I don't
Um,
know, dude.
Possibly actually, yeah.
Because I feel like I knew that they had the building before I saw this
Hmm.
movie, but I don't know where
Yeah,
I
I
would have
think so
learned that
too.
unless it came out of like a interview of some sort.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't know, man. That reveal was so fucking lame as fuck, though. It's like, oh look, it's not Oscorp, it's Discount Oscorp, Oxcorp.
Mhm. For Ox Group, I believe the technical name is, but yeah. And yeah, I guess there's probably no Oscorp in this universe.
Not
Yet.
until next year with Spider-Man.
We'll see. We can certainly talk about the recent info we've gotten about Spider-Man Brand New Day, but we'll come back
Mhm.
around to that if we want.
Mephisto.
Mephisto, man, remember when we'd see him in every movie?
Ooh, I
Oh,
wish.
he's coming out in Ironheart apparently.
Actually, in one of the Void scenes, in one of the Nightmare scenes, if you looked in one of the corner windows, you could actually see Mephisto.
Yes, I'm sure
Shut the
you
fuck
could.
up. Shut the fuck up there. He's not like those trolls who play Minecraft and like, oh my god, I saw Herobrine.
I
I
mean, he
don't know the
wasn't. I haven't
reference.
seen Minecraft movie. I don't know.
Minecraft movie was fantastic. That was fantastic.
Sure, buddy. You sound like my 8-year-old cousin.
Dude, it's a Minecraft movie. You can't expect it to be fucking Oscar worthy acting and fucking writing. You
And
know
why
what you're
not?
going for?
What?
Because it's a Minecraft movie. Minecraft itself doesn't have a fucking story. But anyway,
Minecraft is the goat of gaming. Could have been the goat of movies.
it is the go to movies. They made more than Brave New World.
I don't
Yeah,
think the quality of a movie is determined by how much money it makes at all.
yeah.
Yeah, just look at Endgame. They made so much money. You didn't deserve
uh,
it. Just pissing people off. Going back to the fight with Void now.
Hmm.
Uh, you know what I liked is when okay, well, obviously they run away, and Yelena has her emotional breakdown because she's going through midlife crisis at like 25 or whatever she is in the shows and movies. And then we have um Russian Captain America talk to your Red Guardian, and it's like, dude, you're good. Just chill out. You
we
always
got
brought
Tuco,
light.
man.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about is in the fucking
Hmm.
desert scene how we got them named Thunderbolts. But besides that, she's
I
like, she's
they tell the
what?
story a couple of times. It's not like a
I'm not a
huge
fan of
thing.
that backstory for it. I'm like, all right, I guess.
I just don't care.
I
Yeah.
thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Uh, when he's talking to her about how she's a star and she wanted to be goalie to help her team and blah blah blah, and then she's like, "You got the Thunderbolts," and then they started helping people. You see
Mhm.
Bucky smack the shit out of that car. You see Red Guardian save that little girl. And then when he saves the little girl, you're like, oh, there's hope. And then Void just like, nah, bitch, boom, she's gone.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah.
crazy scene. I was like,
Dude,
if I wasn't in a theater, I'd be laughing.
I was hurt, bro. Like Guardians finally did something good. He's happy. And Void's like, no, motherfucker, you get no happiness.
Hmm. Literally,
That shit
Thanos
threw
right in front of his eyes.
literally like a boom. And then you see Yelena go into the void, right?
Hmm.
And then we knew what was gonna happen.
What did you guys think about the trailers where people were freaking out when they saw Void's power, thinking that his power was to just evaporate people into darkness and just like kind of blink them out of existence? And the general,
I think that's a normal reaction.
Well, yes, but the way I saw it was like people were like, "What the fuck? Like that's crazy, so OP. How could Doctor Doom ever compare to that?" And I was just thinking on lines that exactly, but it's also like that can't. I was thinking like when I saw the trailer before I knew the powers that can't be what he's actually doing, just like vaporizing everybody. Like that would be OP, but like that's not necessarily what I was thinking of, and it actually wasn't. It was like these little pocket dimensions. It's kind of like I don't know, compared to like Ghost Rider's Pen and Stare or something like that. Like you can get out of that. I mean, maybe not the Ghost Rider's Pen and Stare, but like the pocket dimension. Clearly, you could get out of it, and it's like if somebody like Doom could probably get out of it pretty easily. It's like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care about whatever I've done. The way Punisher resists Ghost Rider's Pen and Stare.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's interesting that it kind of did seem like a mystery at that point, and really did put like the scale of how much the Thunderbolts were an underdog against this enemy, and that they really would need to take a different approach if they actually wanted to win here.
Which I thought was exactly what was going to happen anyway. So it didn't surprise me. I thought like people were just overreacting when they saw the power.
I think it was just a lot.
Imagine everyone's dying, so I just kind of took that as my headcanon until it wasn't.
Well, I think a lot of the general movie audience did think he was killing them off because they're not.
I think it's also
it looks threatening. I don't dispute that part, especially the one scene like it was like all over like Twitter and other websites where like Red Guardian rescues the little girl, but then she gets sent into the pocket dimension, and it's like audible silence in the theater on onomatopoeia.
Oh, it was silent.
Yeah. That plus him showing showing him moments before that, almost about to kill Fantina. I feel like that kind of puts into perspective. Oh, okay, this guy's actually serious about killing.
Mm-hmm. And that wasn't even like Void. That was just Sentry or Bob.
Well, that was something that Mel brought up, right? When you just inject these people with their serums, it just amplifies who they are as a person.
These people,
which is exactly what the Doctor in the first Captain America movie said.
Correct. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. They're not these people, motherfucker. They're all white. Calm down. Well,
wait, who is
white looking? John Walker. When he was injected, it just amplified who he was, an asshole. Steve Rogers, a good guy inherently, and essentially died a good guy. He's in the moon, we know.
I guess, and then Isaiah, he was a good guy, but he's had a lot of resentment.
Is evil?
We're not having a into philosophy discussion. Shut up.
Bob.
And very Bob mentally unstable.
Correct.
That's another thing like some people don't seem to be happy about is like that the Void basically becomes this entirely human creation, whereas like in the comics, I think that's what they wanted is like the Void is like a biblical thing. Like he was responsible for the 10 plagues of Egypt in the Old Testament, which is cool in its own backstory, but I didn't necessarily expect that to be the case here.
What?
Yeah, no, that's actually the comic backstory. He created like the locust swarms and the killing of the firstborns and all that kind of stuff from the Old Testament, Moses' story.
Oh man, sometimes comics are so funny.
But like, yeah, that's also part of the comic story and for like fucking Sentry. Like, his power is derived from the serum, but the serum supposedly gives him a connection to what is. They don't show it obviously because they don't want to get blown up, but theoretically the Abrahamic God. In which case the Void is like the agent of God, like the angel of death or whatever the term you want to use.
The Horseman of Doom. Oh wait, no, wrong movie.
No, wrong franchise.
Didn't in the comics Sentry just appear and then he's always been around or some shit, helping the Avengers win?
So the guy Reynolds did get the serum, and then he was around for a while, but he was so powerful and stuff happened. So then they basically wiped everyone's memory, but then obviously it came back as it was. But the Void was kind of like a separate entity that at some point latched on through his connection or whatever. And then like Norman Osborn was the one who's like, yeah, this was the angel of death that dried up the Egyptian river or turned it into blood or whatever it was in the Bible.
It would be so funny if Norman was just making that the fuck up.
I don't know that he was or wasn't. There's just a lot of theory about it because like there are other
Mhm.
characters who related his power to said Abrahamic god. It's an interesting concept to be certain.
So would God be a superhero in said universe?
No, I think it's more just like he's a figure that just oversees it, kind of like what we would assume the God is in like this universe if you were a believer. Like he's not actively intervening, but he can, you know, issue deliverance, so to speak. I guess in the
But
case
yeah, it
of
is.
like the Marvel universe, it would probably just be in this case like the one above all, like the Jack Kirby version of God or whatever.
Speaking of Spider Universe, this thought didn't enter my head, but it was funny that people were like, "Wait, this is New York. Why aren't Daredevil and Spider Man concerned?" I'm like, "Nah, I think it
What
makes
the fuck
sense
are
for this
those two
movie.
gonna
Well, it's
do?
just
It'd be the
well, yeah,
same
that and
thing.
also it was contained in like a small portion of the city. I'm not sure if either of them were actually close in proximity,
Yeah, I don't know the geography of New York very well, but it did seem like it only ever extended like slightly past like the
like
Brooklyn
one
Bridge
block.
or whatever. Not no, more
Okay,
than a
yeah.
block because it was expanded. I think is
Mhm.
the Brooklyn Bridge or maybe the Manhattan Bridge. Again, I don't know the geography, but I don't think it would have affected like
Yeah.
super far out. Like you can assume that off screen, like Valentina and Mel and all the other characters we'd seen just got affected by the void, but I don't know if people super far away got in. But that is actually a theory I was also reading. Like, man, imagine the void hits Spider-Man. Imagine what he's going through because he lost literally everything, like his aunt, Tony, his parents, his Uncle Ben, because apparently there
And
was an
that's
Uncle
when the
Ben in
piece
this
of venom that
universe.
got left behind finds him.
Mm,
Jesus, Jesus
questionable
simply
because we haven't
unifying.
heard any updates about that. And the piece of Venom was supposed to be in like Mexico or something.
No, that piece of Venom is
Yeah.
actually um in the post credit scene for Venom 3. It gets into a cockroach, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that the same one
Oh,
that? No, I think
wait.
Air is talking about the one that got left behind in No Way
Yes,
Home. That
yes,
same piece got into the cockroach.
I believe so. I don't know. I don't know.
I, I admit I actually haven't seen Venom: The Last Stand, but I thought those were two different pieces.
I
I could
didn't
But
have
I've
have an
heard
sworn
it.
Eminem
they.
song, so I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out
Mm-hmm.
What did you
eventually.
guys What did you guys think of, to wrap up this section? What did you guys think of the ending and how it concluded with Sentry, aka Void?
I
There's
found
two
it
things we need to
interesting
talk
how.
about, but
Yeah,
regarding
yeah,
the
two things.
actual
Yeah.
ending, yes, I did like it. Yeah, trust
Mm-hmm.
me, if cute girl hugs me, I think my depression's pretty gone for a while at least. So I'm down.
Hey,
Makes
she
perfect sense.
basically she
What?
basically husband him up. She's like, "Yo, you're staying with me now." He didn't even complain.
Why would he?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
like he's
No, I agree with you, but yeah, I think it's cool because the part of the process of healing would be like understand like yeah you're not alone, you have people who'll support you in some capacity, and obviously throughout the movie they did a really good job actually with Elena trying to like be close to Bob, look out for him. She was the last one to attack him in the tower scene, and she was only just like trying to electrocute him just to like get him to stop going crazy.
I'm
She
glad the
definitely
others
cared
came
about
in
him.
afterwards at the end too to the Shadow Realm because
Yeah,
I
it
thought
made
like
sense.
at some point this movie just started becoming more of the Yelena show, which fair because that's kind of what it is. Um, but I felt like the
She
other
was definitely
characters
the best
were
character in my opinion.
yeah, but the other characters felt a little bit more underdeveloped. But at least they all like played a role in the finale.
And they got like some points. I thought they did a decent job with Walker, Red
Yeah,
Guardian too. I do think, like I said before, Ghost got a little bit of a shaft. You can probably say the same about Bucky. I don't know how we feel about Mel and Valentina, but they were already probably not
no, they
supposed
were
to
main
get too
characters.
much
They got all
anyway.
the yeah.
Mel not so much, but Valentina at least got like one scene in the void, right, with her father getting shot by the mob guy, or I think it was.
yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest, I still don't really care about Valentina.
I don't
I
either, but
think
I'm just saying I feel like they did the character well enough in the movie.
Yeah,
I think that's the purpose, right? Because with Nick Fury, we're supposed to like him and care about him, right? Because he assembled the Avengers, and Valentine's just a dick,
I guess
right?
she is just Dark Nick Fury.
That's like Nick Fury, but I get what you're saying. Um. What was I gonna say? And regarding the underdevelopment, I don't think that Bucky needed to be developed anymore. Motherfuckers had like 20 movies.
Well,
He said,
And a
I
TV
don't mean that
series.
I don't mean that his character was like underdeveloped. It's I guess it may be better to say like he didn't have like
underused.
a whole lot to do. He was mostly just either congressmaning or he was just like running around after people. He doesn't have much of an arc to himself.
Yeah, he was moving the
That's
plot
fair.
along, but like he wasn't really
Yeah,
much of a character in this movie, I feel.
he was more of a side character, right? Because for me, the ones that were best utilized and most developed and most like fleshed out were Yelena and Walker, because we learned more
Yeah.
about Walker and what happened to him after the events of him
Mm-hmm.
brutally destroying the shit out of that guy with his shield,
Mm.
and how
That's the
he's
other
trying to
weird
make up.
thing with this team, like the leader dynamic, because I feel like it's almost like Bucky right now, but like they've developed Yelena so much that it feels like it should be her.
I feel like it kind of like it's one of those scenarios. It's like one person's clearly the most experienced, in which case it's Bucky, but like one
Yeah,
it has like more dramatic
the
lead
heart.
type of thing. Yeah, which in this case is Yelena.
It'd be kind of like Captain America and Iron Man, right? We have one leader, Captain, but we also fall back to okay, Iron Man
Nah,
said
bro,
do this
Captain
shit.
America made his own team, bro. Captain America is suing.
Steve Rogers,
Well,
Captain
you're talking
America.
about Steve Rogers, the OG Captain America. But I do get what Spidey's saying because we obviously, and it's different too because we obviously started
Yeah.
the movie series with Iron Man, and he is
Mhm.
the one who kind of like defers to Cap. I don't think Cap necessarily
Mm.
leads by default.
Oh yeah, true.
He's just like, fuck it, I'll fucking lead Avengers Assemble.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect. But yeah, speaking of Avengers, now they're the new Avengers. They got their own tower, and we should talk about the post-credit scene before we move on.
Which of
Yeah,
the
that
two
new
post
Avengers
credit
thing
scenes?
was kind of out of nowhere. I'm not necessarily sure how I felt about it. I
Oh,
did
wait,
kind of find it funny that. Mm,
no, I was gonna say I like the way I'm sorry to cut you off, but it happens in the movie at the end of the movie when they're wrapping it up and they're all ready to beat the shit out of Valentina, and
Valentina.
Valentina's like, oh, Valentina just goes through the little curtain bullshit, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
meet the new Avengers, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
we own you now.
But that's cool though. Like that's very much like a politician's scheme.
Yeah,
I thought
Mhm.
I like that. I thought it was amusing.
I would have rather she just, answered for her crimes, but I guess this is the next
I
best
mean, of
thing because our
course.
guys go up because of it.
well, I mean, hey, it's playing to real life, okay? Playing to real life.
Yeah, a
Mm.
little bit more convenient, but yes.
I think it's a little dumb that they started putting that on the poster because it was honestly more of like a joke than the actual point of the movie. Um, but yeah, I guess it does probably draw up more people to go see it because like they see Avengers on the poster, they're like, all right, bet time to see it.
I like that they waited like a week or two to do that because they
Yeah.
wanted the movie to actually like stand on its own merits rather than oh shit Avengers, okay, let's all go to see the movie. But no, you get like 1 to 2 weeks
I
to
don't
cook.
think the I agree with you, Spidey, but in my perspective, and I guess I can only speak for myself. If this movie had been called The New Avengers from the start, I wouldn't have been any more or less interested in seeing it. It wouldn't have affected my
I would have been way more
interest.
interested in seeing it.
Really?
Yeah.
But you also got to think of it, King. You're more of a comic nerd. No offense.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
okay. I would have called myself that at some other point.
yeah.
Like
So
Thunder was an interesting team concept that I wanted to see anyways. But then the trailers happened, and I just kind of lost a little bit more of interest than what I was imagining in my head. And then just hearing the Avengers tag on it just makes it sound like a little bit more prestigious.
But Air, don't you kind of feel that if you had this movie titled The New Avengers, but you knew it was these characters, that you would have just been reacting like the people are reacting in the credits scene, where all of them like not my Avengers or the B Avengers or something to that effect? Don't you feel like that would have
Oh
been
yeah, no, I'm
you?
I'm literally doing that right now. But like,
Yeah, but like, don't you think you would have been doing that way back then if this movie had been titled The New Avengers?
yeah, true.
but again, we're talking about people. We're people who know comics somewhat. right?
Okay,
If you put if you
movie
put
sports.
Avengers in a for a general movie audience, they're gonna see Avengers and they're gonna be like, oh fuck, it's those movies that have all those superheroes and all this bullshit. Let's go. It's not.
I
Oh,
understand what you're saying, Spidey, but I'm not entirely sure that it's true because if you're not already a big like Marvel fan of some sort, are the Avengers movies that much more interesting to you than any non-Avengers movies?
given that they've made over $1 billion each, I would say that the Avengers movies are movies that everybody goes sees, even if you're a casual or a newcomer or a seasoned Marvel fan,
That's
right?
plausible, but then I feel like a lot of people are shooting themselves in the foot by doing so.
I'm sure they are, and that's why a lot of people complain about, oh, well, if it's gonna be a chore, and that's why even Marvel recently said that their movies will no longer be connected to their shows because they don't want to make it feel like homework for their fans.
Yeah, which I appreciate. Like I was doing the homework anyway, and I'm sure we were too, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much.
I'm just not
And
sure what the
then
title had like that big of an impact. For better or for
I
worse.
think I think the word Avengers had an impact. And again, I would have to like pull up the numbers and all that bullshit, which I don't have time for right now. But I feel like if
Yeah.
it's else in a year when we see Doomsday, I'll pull up the numbers.
Yeah,
Um,
let's do that. I do agree that the Avengers movies definitely make more money, but I also feel like part of that is probably just going to be like the people who saw one Marvel movie but not the other. Just like, well, we got to see the Avengers movie. I mean, I don't know how attractive they are to a general movie-going audience that's not invested.
I think it'd
It
be
is a
There could
interesting
shame
be
to
some
though.
see.
overlap as well.
This movie's still kind of flopping in the box office.
Well, what do you
Yeah, I
consider a
think you're
flop?
right. It'll make its money back, but it probably won't be like super profitable.
See, that's the thing. It's like when Marvel spends 300, like 200 to 300 million on a movie, they don't want to just break even.
This is still under 200 budget as far as I know. I'd have to check the exact numbers, but yeah,
Wiki
I agree
says
with
it's
you.
180.
Yeah, it's
Wiki
180, and
says,
then they easily spent like at least 100 million on marketing, if not more.
I don't know if they would have
but
spent that much on marketing this movie.
I'm pretty sure
I
the budget includes the marketing though.
No, Spidey
No, it
actually that
doesn't. It never
generally
does.
does not.
Usually, the rule of thumb is that any budget you see for a movie, at least 50 to 100% of that extra is put on for marketing, because marketing is actually just expensive.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like even 50%. It often has been less.
For
Depends on the
Disney,
type
I
of
feel like
movie.
it's more. You start seeing these movies
For,
everywhere,
for
like the
Disney,
movies
yeah, but
that
I
come
feel
out.
like Marvel has a bit of control over this one, and they've already got like kind of built-in audiences for it. I'm not saying it isn't substantial. I'm just
Uh,
not necessarily sure it's 100 million plus.
I think it's 100 million plus, because just like, bro, Times Square alone is already like a couple million.
Yeah, but I mean that's also one of their biggest things. There's not a whole lot of other
Mhm.
things they're going to do on that level.
Airing on TV, airing on like side roles like YouTube, everything. It adds up.
I don't dispute that it adds up, but like I'm just not convinced that this movie is going to have that. But honestly, we'd have to look at the
Mhm.
numbers somewhere else.
I think the problem is we also don't watch a lot of TV anymore, and a lot of that marketing budget still goes to TV ads.
Well, it does, but it depends on what you're watching on TV. Like it gets played in between sports games, which are still a big TV type of thing, or
And it would be it would
American
probably
Idol.
be it'd be well, and those sports and the fucking American Idol are on Disney owned networks, ABC and ESPN. So
Yes.
while it
But
still
yeah, but
would
then there's
be
still an opportunity cost associated with that, because you're
no no
giving
no no
away
I'm not
money that
I'm not
people wouldn't
saying
bother.
no I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be as expensive because they're using it on their own networks instead of getting revenue from other advertisements that they just slot in their shit
Yeah,
and boom.
and then they also had a Super Bowl ad, which is another couple million. I think 100 million is easy for the marketing for this movie, for seeing how much it was like in my face for the week that it came out.
I didn't even really feel that it was in my face that much, but that could also just be regional.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm actually not. I'm also not entirely sure how popular this movie was in like foreign markets.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Like it was
but yeah,
probably
that
still
post credit
popular,
scene was
but
the
I don't
best
know
we've
how
had
much.
since
A
like
long time.
pre Endgame. Yeah,
Yeah, the Wheaties cereal box was the greatest thing ever.
Mm.
that was cool. At first, like when I saw that they were selling that, I was like, "What is this? What is this $40 piece of cardboard?" Now I'm like, "All right, you know what? kind of cool.
But I
I
agree
like.
with
Totally get
Air's
it,
thinking. I'm just not. I'm trying to think, but I don't know any recent post-credit scenes that have actually gotten me excited for a future movie. Like
it's
a
because
lot of
none of them
people
have been literally scenes from future movies. They've just been jokes in the most part.
that too, but like I'm just trying to like I agree with you. I'm just trying to think, but like that's partly why I like this one. Like it was like the first time in quite a while that I remember seeing a Marvel movie in theaters and people were clapping at a post credit scene. And I think the last time I saw that probably was like Infinity War with the Captain Marvel pager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was good though. I'm actually quite excited to see Fantastic Four. I really hope they do that movie well, and the Galactus design looks quite cool.
So, but
I'm still honestly like not on board with the casting, but it's fine. The movie looks like it's gonna be
oh,
decent.
Which
Like,
casting are you not
super
like on board with? Like any specific
microaggression,
character?
honestly,
microaggression
just
I
like
inbound.
all of them, they're not my Fantastic Four. I
Oh,
think
because he's
Human Torch
purple.
looks like the weirdest one though. That one's a little like
I
I don't
I
know. He
don't
doesn't
like his.
he doesn't look like a
I
Johnny
would
Storm.
I would say I don't like his hair, but
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
only
that's
thing.
exactly it.
I think the rest of it's not
Mhm.
like he's in good shape. Maybe all of them are in good
Like
shape, but yeah, I don't
like
know. I
John
feel like he can
Krasinski
probably
was
figure it out.
my Mr. Fantastic.
I do agree that I wish they got John Krasinski back, but I
Mhm.
was already like, yeah, this probably won't happen. The of madness thing was probably just an intentional cameo, but I think he would
Yeah,
have been the best choice. But I mean, I like Pedro Pascal, anyways. I
and then
guess.
like seeing Vanessa Kirby in a heroic role is like extremely weird because she's been typecast as like evil villain.
Yeah, but I mean, she's also like really hot and blonde, which is like perfect for Sue Storm. So I have no issues with this whatsoever.
Yeah, she's just not what I imagined. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who the other options were. Obviously, a lot of people wanted
I
like
didn't
John
have any other
Krasinski
options in
back,
mind.
and they were like, "Oh, well, can we get his wife Emily Blunt?" And I feel like she probably would have been like a
Oh,
good
that would have
choice,
been
but
cool.
right.
Hmm.
But I mean, like, yeah, I was quite convinced that even if they got John Krasinski back, they weren't going to get his wife to play Sue Storm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh well.
Um. So, what do you guys rate this movie?
I'm
7 out
gonna
of 10.
give this movie a B plus.
Oh, we're going letter grades. Oh, you fancy.
No,
Air.
I've done like number grades in other scenarios. I just don't know what I would want to give this one a number grade for. So I feel like a B plus is broadly enough. There's
7 out
nothing
of
like
10, and I'd
intrinsic.
rather
Yeah,
rewatch Brave New World than Thunderbolts.
So you're giving it a C, Air. I just want to clarify. You're
that's
giving it
basically
a
what you're
C.
saying. Because like then
Correct.
you'd have to give like Brave New World like an A minus or something.
Are you out of your fucking
I think
Air? You
I'd give Brave New World like a B minus.
you're fucking stupid.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Listen, bro,
Yeah.
I just
I
enjoyed
think
it
this
more.
movie's a B plus. Like there's nothing really wrong with it. The only thing that I would say holds it back is probably just there's not enough like stuff in it that's like wow, like I really enjoyed this when I didn't think I would enjoy this.
Like I wouldn't
You know.
really want to like the only scenes I'd want to see again is like maybe the scene where they meet and the Sentry fight, like the first Sentry fight. The rest of it's kind of like whatever to me
Yeah.
in
I
terms of
stand by what
rewatching.
I said. Disgusting
I can
behavior.
agree with that part, but I feel like that's a lot of movies in general. There's like not a lot of movies that I'm like, oh, I gotta rewatch this, and most of the ones I do rewatch are mostly rewatches for nostalgia's sake because I watched them
Yeah, I
like a
feel like
decade ago
Marvel
or
movies
something.
used to be a lot more rewatchable. Like like Doctor
Mm,
Strange, Ant-Man. They were just like they were hype.
I don't think I've
And
rewatched Ant Man to be honest. Like Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, probably in the first Iron Man, 100%, but
Mhm.
others, I don't know.
that
Winter
I'd
Soldier.
give
That's
it.
just another one that's just banger.
Yeah, I give it a B plus or A minus. Depends. Flip a coin. Eric gives it a C. King gives it a B plus. So I'm
Yep.
guessing Air. There's been 6 movies in Phase 5. Your
Hmm.
favorite one is Ant Man and then Captain America.
Let me look at the Phase 5 movies.
I sent it in the chat.
Oh yeah.
So we have Ant Man, we have
Uh,
Guardians, we have the Marvels, Deadpool, Captain, and Thunderbolts.
this is
See,
tough.
I'll let you guys think about it while I give my list. For me, first would be Guardians, just because I love the ending. I loved everything about it. Deadpool would be 2. Thunderbolts would be 3. And then I don't fucking know. What did I say? What did
Dude,
I
as
say
much as I
last time?
loved all of these movies, this is a mid-off.
Nah, I think the top three. Nah, Deadpool was amazing. Guardians was amazing. It was a perfect ending to a trilogy. It's the only
Mm-hmm.
trilogy done right for fucking Marvel. And
Well,
then
I don't know if I'd go that far.
name another
Yeah.
trilogy that Marvel's done right.
Captain
Captain America
America,
trilogy.
Iron
Civil War
Man.
wasn't really Civil War wasn't really his movie though.
I disagree, but regardless, like it's still three good movies under his
And,
banner.
and technically speaking, we have Captain America: Brave New World, which is part of the Captain America series.
I
So
don't I don't consider it to be the Captain America trilogy of Steve
What are you
Rogers.
talking about? That's a Hulk movie. That's part of the Hulk franchise.
Iron Man 2 was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it.
No, Air said it, so I'm just letting him know. Yeah, Iron Man 2 is
I
absolute
haven't
dog
seen it
shit.
recently enough. I just like, yo, it's Iron Man, bro. It's fine. I
Iron
feel like
Man
most
2
One of
is
the
people
reasons
absolute.
that's one of
would
the
rather
reasons I
watch Iron
wouldn't
Man
say
2
like
than any of these movies.
it's one of the reasons I can't say the Thor movies either because A, Love
Oh
and Thunder,
God, yeah.
and B, Dark
No,
World.
Love and Thunder was the good one. It's Thor 2 that's the bad one.
I think they're both kind of bad in their own different ways.
Love and
No,
Thunder
Love
is
and
part
Thunder was
of
the
the
best
new
one.
trilogy that he's making as a full God of Thunder.
I don't know that
So
this is a new trilogy.
It's not.
it's not. I'm just
They're
trying.
making like
Yeah.
one more max.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
because he
that's probably
wants to.
true.
He wants to not retire, but because he has the gene for Alzheimer's, he wants to focus on his family.
What he wants to what?
Focus on his family.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, everything like the Marvels was fun, but it wasn't the best. Definitely better
I
than
didn't
Captain
care
America:
for it.
Brave New World. And then I would say Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was probably the worst one.
Mm.
MODOK. That's all I gotta
I
say.
don't. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just not sure that I guess if in terms of rewatchability, would I rewatch Quantumania or would I rewatch the Marvels? And I'm thinking I might
The,
actually rewatch Quantumania.
you're out of your
Yeah.
mind,
No,
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
dude.
think
When I'm
I
trying to
am.
rate these, I'm not sure if I want to go
This,
by first view impression or like a rewatchability, because that's two very different feelings.
I agree with you completely.
dude. The Marvels has Iman Vizlami. She's amazing
All right,
as
I
Ms.
think my
Marvel.
top is gonna be Guardians 3.
Mm.
Yeah.
If we're talking Phase 5, my top is Deadpool 3 and then Guardians 3.
It's so close. I want to do
And
Deadpool.
hey,
Yeah.
by all means, like if we're gonna talk about trilogies, the Deadpool trilogy, assuming that they
No,
have
Yeah,
dude.
four.
You
first
can't
to
say
word
that's the
Marvel.
trilogy, bro. 3 just forgets 1 and 2.
I mean,
None of the 1 and
I
2
don't know.
characters matter.
Well,
I
no, I
mean, by that
mean,
logic, Quantumania
what's his
forgets
face?
1 and 2.
Peter is back.
Yeah.
Blind Alice still there. Yukio.
Yeah.
You know, if they at least have their characters, unlike bitch ass Quantumania, who gets rid of
Also,
T.I.'s
it's not an
character.
MCU trilogy. It's a Fox
This is
trilogy.
Fox is owned
It's still a
by
Deadpool
Marvel.
trilogy.
Mhm. Yeah, but point is, most of these movies have been mid.
A
Yeah,
lot of them, yeah.
Besides,
unfortunately.
besides Guardians, I mean, we can all agree Guardians is probably the best.
Yeah, I'm changing my
Um,
answer. Deadpool number 1, Guardians 2.
Same.
Define
That's
Guardians and
probably my
Deadpool.
opinion in a minute.
Besides those two, we could argue that all the rest have been. Eh.
Mm.
I'm gonna say Brave New World number 3, Quantumania number 4, Marvel's 5. No, Marvel's last, Thunderbolts 5.
You disgust me.
Good.
You sick fuck.
Thunderbolts is third for
Fine,
me.
fine. I'll put Thunderbolts above Quantumania. It'll be number 4. You happy?
A little bit. I think the reason I like Thunderbolts a lot is because of the fight choreography, and it's the first time a Marvel movie felt like a fucking Marvel movie in a while.
Damn, you're just ignoring Guardians 3 exists.
In a while, motherfucker, that's 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's just because Marvel slowed down and strikes happened. That's not because we haven't had good movies.
We haven't had good
Well,
movies.
I mean, between Guardians 3, we had 3 movies. We had the Marvels, we had Deadpool, and we had Captain America Brave New World. And I think it's fair to say that between those three, the only one I personally enjoy at least, and I'm sure Spidey agreed, is Deadpool 3.
Yeah, but
Yes.
that's still like literally 2 movies ago. And the only reason it's
Right, but
like
we only
that
get
good and
2 to
that is
3
because of
movies a year,
strikes.
and that was actually the only movie we got last year.
That's the thing. Like usually we get 2 to 3 movies a year, but we only got one because of the strikes. You know?
But regardless, he's talking
Eric.
about terms of like time, not necessarily the frequency. Just like it's been 2 years since Guardians 3. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with Spidey.
Yeah.
See, we can be perfectly logical when we want to be.
Yeah, see? Fuck you, Eric.
That's okay, bro. You're gonna be on the wrong side of history in the next movie.
Oh, yeah.